Today is May 20th, 2026. What's up, guys? I'm Elijah back in the video. So I got some predictions and some messages I want to share with you guys real quick. So do my best to make this video short and sweet and to the point. All right. But it's a nice day out. Summertime is coming, and so much more is coming too. So just watch my videos on everything on my channel. It's all there. So June, right? So these are the things I see happening in June pretty soon. That rhymed. All right. So about seven things, like 5 or 7. Number 1, Cuba. Now, I've talked about this before. Just today, the U.S. has indicted Raul Castro, which is Fidel Castro's brother. They indicted him over an incident that happened with a plane back in '96. So this means that the U.S. is probably going to go into Cuba and get him like they did with Maduro in Venezuela. Now, guys, I predict that America and Cuba will have a conflict, a war. And I see this lasting, honestly, akin to me was 3 to 6 months. And bad news is Florida could be involved in this. Now, I live in Florida, but I'm not in South Florida. I mainly see South Florida being involved in this. Cuba did say they would attack bases in Key West, all right, and Guantanamo Bay, all right. And also Cuba, they just bought 300 large drones from Russia and Iran. 300, and that's some small drones, military drones that can cause major destruction, okay. And the president of Cuba, Diaz, he's warned Trump, the U.S., to not invade, to not attack Cuba, because he said it would be really bad. It would be a bloodbath, okay? So he warned them. And right now, Cuba, the whole island is like facing a crisis. They're like low on power. They have a oil blockade, so they're not getting enough oil, okay? It's really bad over there. Protesting is happening, riots. So there's a really bad thing going on right now in Cuba. You could say it's a, GENOI side, okay? But yeah, Cuba is not doing good right now, and the U.S. is making things worse. But so yeah, I predict that America and Cuba will go to war. I've predicted this for a minute now. I said this will happen between April and May. Honestly, I see this happening like next week. All right. So I said between April and May, America versus Cuba. But this will also play out into June as well. And also I predict that Russia could deploy their own troops into Cuba to help them fight back the U.S. And also that I predict that Donald Duck's place, Mar-a-Lago place in Florida, could be, I'll say this, something could happen. Something could happen at Donald Duck's residence in Florida. You know what I'm talking about, all right? Mar-a-Lago, okay? You guys know what I'm talking about, the house. So they could attack that residence, okay? Cuba and Florida is not that far. It's literally like 90 miles from Cuba to Florida. So Cuba and Florida is very close. I flew over Cuba going to Cancun. I've seen it. So it ain't that far. If they wanted to, they could literally launch stuff over here like nothing. But of course we have the military that would stop it. But yeah, so the Cuba thing, I predict, again, America versus Cuba. I see this lasting for a minute, like 3-6 months maybe. So it came to me. I feel like Donald Duck and the U.S. feel like this will be like Venezuela. Now, Venezuela and Cuba, different countries, different people, different way of life. It's different military. I don't see this happening. And then I see, I see that Cuba could attack Key West, Miami, and Donald Duck's place in Florida. Okay? And I do see that Russia could get involved and have their troops in Cuba to help them fight. But yeah, Cuba, they just bought 300 drones from Russia and Iran. So yeah, and then today, the U.S. just indicted Raul Castro, Fidel Castro's brother. You know Castro, they ran Cuba. So, but yeah, also Cuba, most of Cuba is black. So, it's mostly black Cubans there. A lot of the other ones, the white ones, you could say, they left Cuba, but majority of Cubans there are black Cubans. So mainly, black people. But yeah, Cuba's in a crisis right now. Protesting, riots, oil blockade, energy crisis. It's not doing good right now for Cuba. But yeah, I want to share this message about that. So yeah, America versus Cuba, and it won't be good. I see this war being really bad. Okay. So yeah, another war on top of the Iran war. Next, I predict that Turkey will leave NATO. I said this before, I'm going to say it again. I see Turkey leaving NATO in June and Turkey being involved in the Iran war. Okay, probably like joining Iran. So I see that happening in June with Turkey leaving NATO, and I see that Turkey would be involved in the Iran war. So I predict that happening next month. Next, I predict that what's the other thing? Oh, I see a big earthquake happening on the east coast of the US. A really, really big earthquake. So I see that happening in June or sometime in the summertime. Next, I predict that the World Cup. So the World Cup starts next month. I will be watching it here and there. I see the teams I see winning is Haiti, Jamaica, or Croatia. That's who I see winning the World Cup. I know it ends in July, but that's who I see happening. Next, the hantavirus. So the hantavirus, I see this picking up speed. Next month in June, you're gonna start seeing more cases and maybe more deaths. People passing away from hantavirus. So trust me, I'm against all this. I'm against the mask and everything. I don't want this to happen, but that's what I'm seeing. I predict that next month you're gonna start seeing more cases, people getting sick of the hantavirus, and people passing away from the hantavirus. They may say, oh, 100 or 1,000 people have passed from the virus. So it's gonna amp up, and especially with that World Cup. I'm telling you, with the World Cup, they're gonna start saying, oh, more cases, it's rising. Watch, you'll see. So the hantavirus will spread more, unfortunately. Hope not, but that's what I'm seeing. Next, I predict that in June, aliens. Yeah, aliens. So I've already talked about aliens and UFOs. They've released UFO videos and documents already on the website. I've seen the videos. It's very interesting. It's exciting too. They will release more information about aliens and UFOs this summer, starting in June. Okay, and that movie Disclosure Day is coming out. I think in June or July. But I'm gonna see it. I'm excited to see it. So it's coming out pretty soon. So yeah, more alien UFO information coming out by the government. I just saw a video of them confirming that there are 4 species of aliens on Earth with us: reptilians, insectilians, Pleiadians, the tall whites, and the grays. Okay, now I already know about this. I already know these beings exist. I already know they're here, but other folks don't know this. And again, the alien thing is gonna shake up a lot of people's views on religion and God. And you gotta realize, like, God created more than just humans and animals and angels and earth. There's so much more out there, So God created the grays and reptilians too. But Yeah, and also I just saw a video how there's like 21 trillion Earth-like planets in the galaxy, our galaxy. That's a lot. So so there's tons of life out there, other beings out there. Okay, we are tiny, man. We are so small compared to our galaxy, to the universe. There's just so much out there. So, yeah. So the Greys, you know, the Greys are the classic aliens you see in movies. They're the ones that abduct people and do experiments. They love doing experiments on people. Also, they don't talk with their mouths. They use telepathy, and they got big black eyes. But apparently their IQ is like 10,000, so they're very, very intelligent. But there's like different groups of gray aliens. Some are good, some are bad. The reptilians, those are they're the enemies. They're the ones running the world, in my opinion. All right, they are some of the beings, because it's not just them, it's other people, it's other beings too, including humans. But they are some of the beings running the world, the reptilians. And they can shapeshift into people. They can be celebrities, politicians, world leaders. And the reptilians feed off of fear, anger, and hate, and negative energy. And they don't have any love, any empathy, any good feelings. They are a very hateful species of alien from what I've done research on. And they can't feel anything but hate and fear and anger. That's just how they're made, and they feed off of that. So that's why you have a lot of negativity in the world and war and stuff happening. So they're like they are one of the beings controlling things. So it's not just them, it's other beings too, including humans. Okay, but yeah, so the reptilians, they're out there running things. I heard that they're reptilians. Some of them are native to Earth, some aren't. Okay, and some of them live underground. But yeah, you have that, and then you have the tall whites. So the tall Pleiadian beings, tall whites, they're like 7 feet tall. They're like the peaceful type alien species. So they're tall, white, Nordic beings with long blonde hair. And then next you have the Insectilians. The Insectilians, kind of similar to Greys, but they do human experiments. They look like giant mantis type beings. So yeah, but there's others out there too. The Anunnaki. The Anunnaki, tall, giant, godlike black beings that apparently created humans. So you have them, but it was just a video saying how confirming that there are 4 already on Earth. So, but yeah, there's more life out there, guys. Much more life. So yeah, more alien and UFO information will drop this summer starting in June, and it's going to blow you away. It's going to be exciting. I'm excited because it's like it's fascinating, and it shows that we're not the only beings out here. So I think with UFOs and aliens, I think it's everything. I think it's humans, I think it's aliens, and I think it's intradimensional beings. So beings within different dimensions. Okay, so it's all of it. It's humans, angels, you could say demons, vampires, jinns, whatever you want, it's all of it. But yeah, Cuba looks like a beautiful place to visit. Not now, but very beautiful island. A lot of nice beaches, great food and whatnot in Cuba. I think I have some family from Cuba, my ancestors. I got a lot of family from the islands, man. Bahamas, Puerto Rico. It's a lot of family from the Caribbean. So probably Cuba as well. But yeah, so get ready for America versus Cuba pretty soon. And Florida to be involved or attacked. Also, I predict and see that Donald Duck, something could happen to him involving with this Cuba conflict. Right, something could happen to him this month. All right, that's all I'll say. Something could happen. And again, this could tie in with them attacking the residents over here. All right, so the place that he has over here in Florida, so something could happen with that. All right. But yeah, so, and also I predict a big earthquake happening on the East Coast this month or this summer. All right, but I'm mainly seeing it in June. So, and also the Iran war will continue to go up and down. So it still continue. Gas prices will go up and down. So just watch my videos on that. But yeah, gas prices will be crazy this summer. And this Iran war will get even more intense as well. So just to recap again, recap. Huge earthquake, east coast of the U.S. Turkey leaves NATO and then joins the Iran war. And then America versus Colombia. The World Cup, I see Haiti, Jamaica, or Croatia winning the World Cup. Hantavirus cases pick up in June and in the summer. All right, and then it gets worse. Alien UFO information coming out. Excuse me. So more UFO and alien stuff coming out. And then Florida could be attacked or involved with the Cuba conflict. So like Orlando, Miami, Key West. All right, and then Donald Duck's place. Russia has troops in Cuba to help fight the U.S. And the U.S. and Cuba conflict is just really bad, like really bad, and just not good at all. All right. What else? And then something could happen with Donald Duck. All right. And also we have the UFC fight. So the UFC event at the White House is next month. So we'll see if it happens. I might watch it. I'm not sure, depending on who's fighting. I see that Alex Pierre. I'll watch his fight. I like him. He's pretty good. So I might watch him. Hopefully Nunez is fighting, but we'll see. I might watch it, might not. So I'm still watching my wrestling. And also I'm going to tap in with the World Cup here and there. Because I'm a low-key soccer fan. Not huge, but I'll watch it here and there when the World Cup comes around. Because the last time the World Cup was on, it was really good. I was hooked. So hopefully Brazil doesn't win. Brazil always wins the World Cup. But like I said, I'm mainly watching wrestling this summer because it's the summer of wrestling. I gotta watch my wrestling. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. So I just want to say that they all here, they all exist. All right. But so yeah, you have that. So aliens. So get ready. More aliens and UFO information will come out in June this summer. Next, I predict America versus Colombia. So again, America going after another Latino country. I see this happening pretty soon. America and Colombia, and have like a military conflict. So I see this happening. America versus Colombia. And then what else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. So the main thing, guys, really for June is just the hantavirus and then the Cuba conflict and then the aliens. That's really it. So yeah, get ready for that. But yeah, this Cuba-America war, it's coming. It's ramping up. I've talked about this before in previous videos, and looks like it's about to happen pretty soon. So America versus Cuba, and I see Russia getting involved, and I see this battle being pretty bad, like really bad. And Florida could be involved. All right, because they say that they would attack Key West, Miami. Okay, so I see this happening as well. But that's pretty much it. So enjoy June, enjoy the summer, get outside in nature. I was outside yesterday in the grass, and I looked up and I saw this huge water moccasin. It was like at least 3 feet. I see this 3 feet long, big black cottonmouth water moccasin, and it's looking at me. I'm looking at it. I took some pictures and videos of it. So they are extremely venomous, man. The last time I saw a water moccasin was back in September. So it might be the same one. Could be a female, I don't know, but I saw it yesterday. And I made sure I had some distance between me and the snake. Because, like I said, highly venomous. But yeah, everything's out. Animals, reptiles, people, aliens. So, a lot of good movies coming out, guys. The Backrooms, Obsession came out. Disclosure Day, Spider-Man. So, a lot of good movies coming out, guys. But anyway, enjoy your summer. Have fun, travel, protect yourself, protect your energy. Watch my videos on my channel, it's all there. And yeah, get ready and invest in yourself and take care of your health. Okay? I'm Elijah. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Take care. Peace.